Hi, I'm Juhaid Zicki of Revolution Kites. I'd like to congratulate you on the purchase of the Revolution 2 Sport Kite. It's been designed to give you years of high-performance fun and flying excitement. Let's take a look at how the Revolution works. It's easiest to do this by comparing it to a two-line kite. On a two-line kite, the basic concept is to pitch the kite forward. The forward angle causes the kite to lift when the wind hits the surface. Once the kite is flying, you simply turn it by pulling on the left or pulling on the right. A left pull causes a left turn, a right pull causes a right turn. With the Revolution, you have 4 control lines. It is not set to fly forward. It's not set to fly in reverse. You are in charge of this. The most important thing to do is to keep the kite flying in a forward condition by rotating the handles back. The most important thing to remember about the difference between the two kites is you must set the angle of attack with the controls on the Revolution. Keep the kite rotated back, turn by rotating the handles. Left for left turn, right for right turn. Let's take a closer look at some of the differences between the Revolution 1 and Revolution 2. On the sail, the center of pressure is positioned at a certain relationship. For example, 3 to 1. This relationship is used in the design of the handle. The center of pressure or balance point on the handle is designed to be at the same relationship. For example, 3 to 1. A modification or alteration of this relationship can cause a loss of performance in your kite. Secondly, the lines are all equal length at 75 feet. Keep them paired as they come from the factory so that your setup is easier. The bottom lines are marked black, B for bottom. Thirdly, and most importantly, the size difference, which is most noticeable in the sensitivity. In fact, experienced competitive flyers choose the Revolution 1 over the Revolution 2 because it tends to be consistently more stable under varying flying conditions. This tape will show you the basic setup, flight controls, and breakdown of your kite. Let's set one up. First, to set up the line sets, we need 3 items: the factory-controlled line set, control handles, and a stake. To set up the lines, undo the elastic strap and carefully separate your 2 pairs. There's a black and a white on each pair. Unclip them. The black represents the bottom. The bottom of the handle is the long part of the handle. Connect black to bottom. White to the top. Do the same to the other handle. Now place your control handles over the stake to hold them down. Carefully walk your lines out downwind. It's very important to avoid tangling your lines. Take your time. When you get to the end of the line set, you'll notice they're attached to your winder. Carefully take them off, separate your 2 pairs, and then completely separate them back to the handles. This removes 90% of the tangles. Keep them separated and lay them down on the ground separated. Now we're ready to assemble the kite. Remove your kite from the bag. And it's a good idea to stay down near the ground. This avoids a lot of the wind problems. When you open the kite up, again, leave it leading edge into the wind. Open your kite up. Remove your 2 down struts and turn your kite face down. Slide your leading edge shaft into the sleeve and feel it snap into position. Now attach your end cap. Do the same to the other side. Now for putting the down strut in, make sure the kite again is face down, ink to the ground. The strut goes on the back of the kite. Insert it into the top cap and then on the bottom cap. Do the same to the other side. With your kite fully assembled, grasp the leading edge, keeping it into the wind. walk forward over the lines, set the kite down over the lines, face down, the lines coming out the back of the tips. To connect your lines to the kite, lift up the wingtip using it as a windbreak. Separate your lines, connect the black line to the bottom of the bridle, black B bottom. Close the clip completely, attach the other line to the top. Close the clip completely. Set down the tip. Do the same to the other side. To set the kite up for launching, grasp the leading edge tightly and maintain control in the wind. Stand up and step back. Since your handles are staked, it will hold the kite. Now set the kite down and be sure to pull the lower tips under. This puts a downforce on the kite, keeping it on the ground. If the tips sit back, the kite can self-launch. Tip under, walk back to the kite for launch. Arriving back at your handles, there's two things to check for. Number one, remove your handles and see that your lines are clear. Top line to top points, bottom line to bottom points. Make sure the left is on the left, the right is on the right. The second thing to check for is to make sure your flying area is clear. The kite draws a lot of attention and people can come into the flying area. Be careful, check for people. Three things to remember for the launch. First, step back to tension the lines. Secondly, rotate the thumbs back. Thirdly, pull sharply to the shoulders, thumbs back to launch. Keep the thumbs rotated back. This keeps the kite flying in the forward direction. It looks like this. Step back, thumbs back, pull back, thumbs to the shoulders. One problem that may occur is what's known as an off-wind launch. The kite should be located exactly on wind. The wind direction is here, the kite should be straight out this way. We have the kite positioned almost 90 degrees off wind. A launch from this position typically rolls the kite over into the wind and crashes. This is what it looks like. Another problem sometimes encountered is not keeping the thumbs rotated back after the launch. If you rotate back and then rotate again forward, the kite will fly up and then stall. A poor launch looks like this. Thumbs back, thumbs dropped. Kite stalls. To correct that problem, rotate the thumbs back, pull sharply, and keep the thumbs rotated back. A proper launch looks like this. Thumbs back, launch. Thumbs back. After launching the kite, the important thing is to get the kite to altitude. Stay high in the air. This gives you more freedom to move around and get a basic feel for the kite. Remember, thumbs back keeps the kite flying forward. As the kite flies up, turn to the left by rotating left. Push the left thumb forward. There's many ways to look at this control. The main thing is that the handle is rotating. Hold lightly on the handle and pull in on the bottom of the handle to turn left. Left. To turn right, pull in on the bottom, right. Right. Remember to return to the thumb back position after turning. Turn left, return. Turn left, return. Turn right, return. This is what it looks like. Left, left, right, left. To back the kite down, rotate the thumbs forward very lightly. Left, left, right. To spin the kite, start from the normal flying position, which is thumbs back. To spin left, rotate the left thumb forward. As long as the thumb's rotated, the kite spins to the left. To spin to the right, start from the normal flying position, push the right thumb forward. As long as the right thumb is forward, the kite spins to the right. To stop, bring the handle back. Spin right. Spin left. Thumbs back, spin right. Thumbs back, spin left. You'll often find yourself in this position. With the kite upside down, there's two ways to reverse it. One, reverse the top wing, the lines on top. Reverse by pushing thumb forward. This causes that wing to roll over. The second possibility is to reverse both wings at the same time. Both thumbs forward causes both wings to reverse off. Both thumbs forward, apply tension to the lines. One of the most fascinating capabilities of the Revolution is the instantaneous stopping. Remember, the normal flying position is thumbs rotated back. To launch the kite, thumbs rotate to the shoulders. Now, to instantaneously stop the kite, we reverse that action. Push thumbs forward and toward the hips. It's a more natural position to move the thumbs back to the shoulders and thumbs forward to the hips. Thumbs back to launch, thumbs forward, stop. Thumbs forward, stop. Thumbs forward, stop. Let's take a look at some advanced moves. The kite can be caused to move in a lateral position by pulling back on one of the wings. If you pull back on the right, it causes the kite to move to the right or toward the right wing. If you pull back on the left, it causes the move to slide in the lateral position to the left. This is what it looks like. Thumbs back, launch. Pull left. Pull right. Pull left. Turn the kite on its side. We can also use this to slide the kite in the vertical position. Pull left, top wing causes it to rise. Pull right, bottom wing causes it to drop. Tip landing. Another advanced maneuver is reverse flying. Remember, forward flying is the normal flying position, thumbs rotated back. To fly in reverse, we do the opposite, thumbs rotated forward. It's actually a variation of the instantaneous stop. This causes the kite to fly lower tips in reverse. Thumbs back, normal flying position, launch. Thumbs forward, the kite begins to reverse. Thumbs back, flies forward. Thumbs forward, the kite flies in reverse. This can also be done sideways. Push the thumbs slightly forward, the kite flies in reverse. Reverse. Now that we're talking about reverse flight, one of the common problems is over-control. If you over-control too sharply, you can cause the wing to flip underneath, cause you to lose control. This is what it looks like. Reverse. 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 Another common problem is a wing wrap. When the bridle is wrapped around one of the lower wing tips, it causes the kite to spin kind of out of control. Looks like this. This is the problem. The bridle is wrapped around this tip. This causes this control line to be shortened, giving it a left turn. Undo the bridle, correcting it, and check the other bridle points and make sure the kite is cleared. You're ready to launch again. After a full day of flying, you simply land the kite nose down and walk toward the kite, letting the tips drop back. This puts the leading edge forward into the wind, keeping it from launching. Now, separate the handles, set them down on the ground, disconnect the line from the grip, and clip them together in a pair. Do the same with the other handle. Now disconnect your lines at the kite, same as at the handles. Disconnect this side and pair them together. Clip them shut and do the same on the other side. To wind in your lines, connect both pair to the clip on the winder. Keep the pair separated between your fingers. And then wind on in a figure 8 motion. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Walk back toward the handles, winding the lines in very slowly. It's important not to twist your lines. During the last couple feet, drop down so as not to twist the lines as they pull up. Now, strap the elastic back around the lines to hold them in place so they don't tangle while sitting in the bag. To increase the life of your lines, you can alternately wind from the handles to the kite. At another time, wind from the kite to the handles. By alternating once a week or once a month or whatever so that you're winding in from either side, you change the wear point on the lines. Since when the kite is flying, the lines cross closer to the handles than they do at the kite. By switching, you change that wear point. So that's one way to increase the life of your lines. To fold the kite up and put it away, simply remove the end cap, separate the shaft by pulling it out a couple inches, and fold it over. It's important at this time to remember, if you're flying in sand, to clear out the leading edge. It's also important that if you're flying in wet conditions, near water, or in light rain, or something like that, be sure to let the kite dry out before rolling it up. Pull out the caps on the strut shafts, slide them out, put them into the leading edge, and roll the leading edge up. Now insert your kite into your bag. We hope you enjoy flying your new Revolution kite, and be sure to look for the Revolution equipped quality sticker on all your Revolution parts.